Pacers go with Bennedict Mathurin, the product out of Arizona, the 6'6", 210-pound sophomore, headed to play for the Pacers. Pac-12 Player of the Year tournament, most outstanding player, all-freshman team for Tommy Lloyd, and a team that was arguably one of the top 3 teams in the nation. And Bennedict Mathurin, one reason why, as Pac-12 Player of the Year. He had 14 games of at least 20 points last season, the second most by a Pac-12 player. And here his name called by the Indiana Pacers, 6th overall. Gary, your grade here for the Pacers pick, going Ben Mathurin with the 6th selection. If you looked at my big board, this is the best available prospect, and so it has to be an A+ for those reasons. This is the guy, more than any other of the projected lottery picks, that I liked more after really diving in and doing a legitimate evaluation process in advance of individual episodes we did on prospects on the Eye on College Basketball podcast. I always liked them for all the obvious reasons. 6'6", super athletic, can reliably make jumpers from the perimeter. Like, those guys are incredibly valuable these days. You can't have enough of them, and he checks that box perhaps as well as anybody in this draft. But when I started really diving in, it was almost like, what is not to like here? You know, clearly, there were perceived better prospects in this draft. But if you told me we looked up in 5 years and Bennedict Mathurin's an NBA All-Star, that's not crazy to me.
Yeah, I'm going to go back to what I said in the opener, and that's that I think Bennedict Mathurin has an all-star potential here because he does 3 things that are extremely coveted in today's NBA. First of all, big wings have never been more important in the history of the game, and he's big enough. He's 6'6" with a 6'9" wingspan. That's first. Secondly, he fits that 3-and-D prototype. Gary talked about his shooting ability. He's also got that athleticism. He hasn't fully maximized it yet on the defensive end of the floor. He's a good defender. He has a chance to become a great defender. The untapped upside, though, is as a tough shot maker. That's the way the NBA is trending right now. Guys who can make tough shots off the dribble, and that is an area where he has shown a tremendous amount of improvement. So for those reasons, I really like him, and I think he's a terrific fit in the modern-day NBA.
I love this kid. I had his second-round game when Arizona played TCU, and this kid put on the show. He had 30 points, and he was really tough in the overtimes when they really needed him to score. Really knocked in a tough 3. But what I think about is when I see teams in the NBA Finals, and this year was the Boston Celtics and the Golden State Warriors. Guys, take a look at their wings, Tatum and Brown, and then Klay Thompson and Wiggins. You got to have length, size, athleticism. You got to be able to shoot it, handle the ball, to be competitive with those guys. He can play with these guys. Maybe he'll need some seasoning, but I think I think Ben Mathurin's going to be a perennial all-star. Maybe not in his first year, second year, but I think after he gets in that 3rd, 4th year, he'll start to trend, but all of his skills are transferable.
This is what the Pacers need, right? They need somebody exciting. They need somebody to come out, watch our games, make us relevant. This is a kid from day one. He's going to be a starter. I mean, Kelvin Sampson, they played him in the NCAA tournament. He said, this guy's a day one starter from when he is drafted. So he had high praise for him, and now he heads to the Pacers, where really that injects some offense and some excitement for Indiana. All right, let's head it back over to the touchscreen with Poppy with more here on Bennedict Mathurin going to the Indiana Pacers.
Thanks, Hakeem. Let's welcome in 24/7 Sports NBA analyst Travis Branham to join us. Do you believe, Travis, that we're getting a day one starter here for the Pacers with this pick?
I do. I think Adam absolutely nailed his evaluation on this one. You're talking about a 6'6" wing with a 6'9" wingspan who has translatable skills with his defense and his shot-making ability. This is a kid who was not necessarily an elite prospect throughout his high school career. He has had a transformation in his game. He actually, at one point, had a broken jump shot, believe it or not. He shot from the opposite side of his face, went through a shot reconstruction, and has turned himself into a knockdown shooter. And this is a big pick for the Pacers.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.